Good morning. My name is Paul, and welcome to Oricha Reading and Ile Dos Aguas channel. Today we're going to continue part 2 of our subject, Spiritualism. How do I get started? If you're here joining us for the first time, please feel free to go back to our introduction video and part 1 of Spiritualism. How do I get started? Once again, I want to welcome everyone. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button at the bottom so that you can always stay on top of all our videos and all our conversations. Hit that alarm bell so that you can be notified whenever a new video has been uploaded. And that way you're on top of all the different projects and information we're putting out there. Back to today, we're going to start with part 2 of How Do I Get Started? And today's topic basically is going to be the bóveda itself. We've already determined that you need to set up your bóveda, your spiritual table. Obviously, you're going to need a table where you could accommodate 7 to 9 cups. I will explain that in a moment. 7 to 9 cups. You're going to have a larger cup, a medium-sized cup, and then some smaller cups to each side, preferably those that are about 8 ounces to accommodate the different commissions. That table should be adorned, dressed with a white cloth to cover it, to represent the cleanliness, to represent the peace. As I said earlier, there are some houses that will instruct their godchildren, instruct their guidance to be 7 cups, okay? I'm assuming that the 7 cups is representation of the 7 African powers, 7 being a lucky number. However, I was taught differently. I've always started my bóveda with 9 cups. I've maintained it at 9 cups. And when I was going through the spiritual center studies and growing up, it was also 9 cups. And I have always felt comfortable with 9 cups. And in the Ocha side, 9 also represents La Muerte. It represents Egum. Most of everything that is done is in 9. So for my purpose, once again, please follow the instructions of who is guiding you. I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying they're wrong. That's their interpretation. I do go with 9. I do instruct my godchildren to go on 9. I know I have several of my godchildren that are watching this video. So, I'm very clear, and I always tell them, you will see in some houses 7, there's nothing right or wrong. If you remember our previous video, I discussed that Santeria doesn't have a book, that says 101, this is how it has to be. No. Spiritualism, Espiritismo, is very individual. It is one-to-one. We may, have spirits that are similar, but they're very keen to you as an individual, okay? So that being said, we have to find a place in the house that is very quiet, that's very peaceful. Remember, it is adorned with a white cloth. So that spiritual table is looking for its peace, it's looking for its quiet, its tranquility, okay? Could be anywhere in your house. I know some individuals have a small house and it gets very difficult. I know some questions will come out. Is it okay to be in my bedroom? Well, again, if your space is very tight, what do I say? Preferably, Egun should have their own space. The table should have their own space. So, you have to work with what you have right now. And as time goes by and you're able to move and you go to a bigger house, then you need to give them their space, okay? Once again, I'm not here to say what's right or wrong. I'm here to guide you, okay? And as I've always say, this is an important project that I'm undertaking, and I appreciate each and every one of you. If you could help me out, hit that subscribe button, be part of this channel, be part of this growth, make our channel grow, make us be able to get the word out, because there are individuals that need that special help, that need that special guidance. Hit your subscribe button. On our page, you will see our different Facebook page. We have Ile Dos Aguas page and we have Ile Dos Aguas group. We're constantly posting information out there, different things about the Bóveda, obras, rituals, things about Santeria. We're going to be, as we're growing, okay, we've already spoken to individuals about Palo. They will handle those conversations. We're working with bilingual babalaos that are willing to work on our network and to be able to communicate and pass on the word of Ifa, okay? So, like I said, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and get the word out. The spiritual table is one that requires your attention on a weekly basis. What day? That's determined by you. I preferably like Sundays. Why? Because I'm starting the week. I want to start the week fresh. I want to start the week with light. I want to start the week with guidance. So to me, Sunday is always a good day to change them, to clean them out, and get them ready for the upcoming week. Some people will like Fridays, others will do it on Saturdays, other people like to do Thursdays, the representation of Holy Thursday. You know, it is up to you. Remember, I'm going to stress this over and over and over. This is an individual situation. What makes you comfortable, what makes you happy, what's easiest and best for you. It's very important because the whole key, the whole process to this is that one-to-one relationship that you develop with your spirits. You know, a lot of people don't understand that, but the same way you develop a relationship with a friend, the same way you develop your relationship with your parents, through talking, through communication. Well, these spirits were assigned to you since day one. They know who you are. They know what you are about. It's your turn to get to know who they are all about, what are their functions with you in life, what are their responsibilities with you in life. So this is a one-to-one relationship that you have to learn to develop, that you have to work with them, okay? So they need to be changed once a week, preferably, as I tell my God kids, you know, I always like Sunday. I try to get them to go on Sunday, whatever's best for you. We clean those glasses well. I was always trained that as you clean them, you take some sugar, some soap, and you clean the insides out, rinse them very well, let it air dry, and then reset them up, okay? Now, the 9 cups are just not 9 cups. The 9 cups have a representation. There should be a large cup on the Bóveda, which should be placed to the center, and it's going to have a crucifix in it. Sometimes people tell me what kind of a crucifix. Well, I've learned over the years that the wood rots, the metal ones rust out, they get ugly. So I've always liked the plastic ones because they're the ones that hold out better and sustain, you know, water a lot better than the other materials. You could also use a rosary to adorn it, you know, on top of the cup falling out, not inside, or at the bottom of that main cup. That main cup is a representation of the Holy Spirit. The cup in front of it that you're going to put it should be a medium size, a little bit bigger than the ones that will go to the side, but obviously smaller than the Holy Spirit cup. The one in the middle is going to be representation to your spiritual guide. Your spiritual guide is the spirit that is your lead spirit. It is your spirit that is in charge of your other spirits, the ones that take control of the situations. And again, he's known as El Guía Espiritual in Spanish, your spiritual guide in English. Then you could place 4 cups on one side, 3 cups on the other. It's all up to you. I mean, whatever makes it easiest to you, how you want to set it up. Remember, this is your communication. This is your table. This is how you're going to get this set up for you, okay? Now, I do recommend that you do have another crucifix on the table. If it could be of cedar wood, even better. But, you know, whatever cross comes to your attention that calls your mind, calls your attention, is fine. You could have a vase, you know, out to one of the corners. In the starting process, I suggest that, you know, you use white flowers, white roses. Try to stick to everything in white at your beginning stage. Later on, we'll discuss, how we change certain things for certain functions that we want. Holy water, of a resin, a basin for your incense, church incense. I like jasmine. I like sage. You could use those stick incense. You could use incense with the carbon. That is a spiritual tool to call your spirits. It is a spiritual sense that gives the essence of tranquility, of peace. The other thing that you could have on your table are your books. There's this one in Spanish, and then the same book is in English, but the one in English is a very hard translation. It has a lot of typos, and a while back I came across this book that's called The Collection of Selected Prayers, the original by Allan Kardec, and this one is written by Candida C. Gual, G-U-A-L. You could get this online. It's a very good book. It's translated in English, and the translation is a lot easier. There's no typos in it. This book will get you, like I said, through your prayers. This we'll discuss later on, because the power of prayer is your communication, okay? Next, that you could have on your table, obviously, is a candle. Once again, I stress that we go to white candles, okay, for your beginning process, your beginning stage. You could have some holy water. You could have some cologne, some perfume. You can get a lot of these holy waters at a Catholic church. Do not buy them. I know the Botanicas sell them, but to me, I have no idea if that is holy water or not. Could be poured in, and that's it. So holy water, please go to your nearest Catholic church, and I know that they'll give it to you, and that's not a problem. Holy water is very good as a cleaning process, as despojarte, washing yourself with it, blessing yourself with it. Colognes, you have Florida water, you have Colonia 1800, Colonia 1800, you have Colonia Sandalwood. You have all sorts of them. And once again, I'm not going to tell you what to use, not to use. To me, this is your individual table. This is your individual setup. So you need to find out what makes you comfortable with, what is it that brings you that inner peace? What is it that gives you that inner clarity with your spirits, with your table? So it's very important that, this process, even though you have been told you do need the bóveda, even though you have to work the bóveda, even though, etc., now comes your time. Now comes what is it that makes it easier for you to communicate, what makes it easier for you to work with. Representations, okay? The answer is yes, there can be certain representations on the table, but again, like I said, the spiritualism is going to be a couple of parts, and I would like to take step by step to avoid getting everyone confused, to avoid, uncertainty, because this beginning process is very important. This is what you call the framing, el cuadro espiritual, the spiritual framing. So to avoid complications, let's take this step by step. That's the time I've decided to go into different parts for this one topic. I'm not in a rush. I'm not going to rush you through it. I want you to feel comfortable with it. And today, I just wanted to give you a basic insight to your setup of your spiritual table, the setup of La Bóveda, okay? Once again, I want to stress that for those individuals that have been taught 7, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I teach my God kids, and I know of many other spiritualists that also work with 9, okay? Once again, I stress that everything in your beginning process should be white. That means also whenever you're attending to your spirits, when you're working with them, you should also be dressed in white, It's very important that we have this communication, this one-to-one time with your spiritual tables, your spirits. So that way you're going to get everything accordingly and adjusting perfectly, because the aligning of spirits is a process, okay? And again, we're going to get into those subjects, but let's take everything a step at a time, okay? So I hope I've given you some set of steps for you to look and set up your bulbada. Once again, I will stress to you, if you go onto our page for other information, you will see that we have 2 Facebook pages. Please feel free to join them. You're going to have all sorts of information. I do post a lot of our conversations in writing in our Facebook Iledos Aguas, the page, and we have the Iledos Agua group, which also has the information. Once again, they're bilingual. You'll see information in Spanish. You'll see information in English. You have a way of contacting me via messenger, emails. We do respond to everything. So please feel free to stay in contact. Once again, I would appreciate, folks, if you could help me out by spreading the word of our channel, sharing this video with your friends, neighbors. There's someone out there that needs this information. There's someone out there that would be very beneficial. And hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. Once again, thank you for spending this time with me today. I wish you a great Friday and enjoy the weekend. Have a good one.